Variants play a core role in Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'm shocked to learn that the best MCU montage scene nearly didn't happen. For the vast majority of the movie, Hugh Jackman portrays worst Wolverine. This is a variant from a universe in which the X-Men were eradicated by a mob of humans, causing him to kill the perpetrators before, it's implied, he went too far and murdered innocents. This leads to Wolverine becoming an alcoholic with a particularly belligerent personality, unlike his slightly more amenable variant in Deadpool's Earth 10005. Worst Wolverine isn't the only variant to appear in Deadpool and Wolverine, however. After Deadpool gets his hands on Paradox's Tempad, he proceeds to traverse universes in a hunt for a Wolverine variant to replace his universe's anchor being, Logan. This sparks a montage to the tune of Huey Lewis and the News' The Power of Love featuring several Wolverine variants mostly portrayed by Jackman, although Henry Cavill's Wolverine certainly stood out. The entire scene is a highlight, which is why I'm shocked to learn that it almost never happened. Deadpool and Wolverine's Logan variant montage wasn't the original plan. Deadpool and Wolverine's editors explained that they didn't initially have all the necessary pieces assembled. The making of Deadpool and Wolverine reveals how Marvel's billion-dollar movie was made through interviews and behind-the-scenes snippets. These interviews revealed such details as how the effigy of the Scarlet Witch made its way to the Resistance hideout and Channing Tatum's shock at wearing a comic-accurate Gambit costume. Nearly halfway through the featurette, Deadpool and Wolverine editors, Shane Reed and Dean Zimmerman, also mentioned how the Wolverine montage scene was nearly but a pipe dream, stating, "The editors go on to say that their intention was to display deep-cut variants from Marvel Comics as a tribute to Wolverine's biggest fans and his iconic legacy. They also express how accommodating Marvel Studios was in this effort, granting them access to the Hulk to replicate one of the most iconic comic book covers in Marvel history. It was a wise move from Marvel, as the entire scene helped to make Deadpool and Wolverine as celebrated as it currently is." Deadpool and Wolverine's variant montage ended up being one of the movie's best scenes. It fit the narrative while commemorating Wolverine's legacy. Deadpool and Wolverine is replete with iconic moments, with not one, but two tussles between the titular characters and the resistance against Cassandra Nova comprising beloved heroes from Marvel movies of yesteryear being standouts. It also started strong with Wolverine's decimation of TVA agents and desecration of Logan's corpse to the tune of NSYNC's Bye, Bye, Bye. Yet the Wolverine montage was an amalgamation of everything that made Deadpool and Wolverine so great, comprising cameos, irreverence, action, fan service, and humor in the space of just a few minutes. It also didn't feel at all tacked on. While moments like the Wolverine montage can sometimes feel unnecessary, Deadpool's jaunt through the multiverse was entirely warranted as he searched for a replacement anchor being. While I'm sure I'm not alone in wishing we could have seen a little more of the Wolverine, it was also the perfect length of time to celebrate Wolverine's legacy without feeling overstuffed. I'm so glad Deadpool and Wolverine's variant montage got added into the movie. It was the perfect use of the multiverse. I do find it kind of ironic that Deadpool goes on to lambaste the multiverse concept later in the movie so soon after proving its benefits with the Wolverine montage. The scene proves how the multiverse is perfect for commemorating the colorful histories of Marvel characters without going to extreme lengths to alter their characters entirely. Having the Logan of Earth 10005 adopt Wolverine's patch persona in Fox's X-Men movies, for instance, would have likely felt shoehorned and not entirely in keeping with his long-standing characterization throughout his cinematic career. I'm also heartened to hear how cooperative Marvel Studios has been throughout the creative process. While we were all expecting plenty of cameos, to see Hulk, even if only for a few short seconds, appear in Deadpool and Wolverine was a moment akin to some of the best collaborations and cameos in the MCU's history. Ultimately, Deadpool and Wolverine was the perfect example of how the multiverse provides a strong narrative tool, even when it is unashamedly used to indulge comic book fans. I'm here for it, and I hope we see more.